Thank you for watching GalaxyPhi Math, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, so a school has a beach volleyball tournament and they realize that there's not enough volleyballs at the beach. So the coach at the volleyball tournament calls the coach at the school and says, "Hey, do we have enough volleyballs there? I'll come get them." And she said, "I don't know, I left my keys at home today, but I know there's 20 volleyballs and beach balls all together." And the beach balls exceed the volleyballs by 4. And so she can figure this out so he doesn't have to make a trip all the way there if there's not enough. So let's figure out how many beach balls and how many volleyballs there are. We artificially set B equal to V and pretend that they're the same in order to get our bearings. And we know that the volleyballs are exceeded by beach balls by a quantity of 4. So there are 4 more beach balls than volleyballs. That means we have to add 4 volleyballs in order to equal the number of beach balls. All right, so our other equation is we know our total number is 20, so beach balls plus volleyballs is going to be 20. And we're going to plug in our V plus 4 in for B so that we have B plus 4 plus B equals 20. When we combine our like terms, V plus B is 2V plus 4 equals 20. Then we subtract 4 from both sides. We end up with 2V equals 16. Divide both sides by 2 and then we get 8. And that is 8 volleyballs. So we plug that back into the original equation and that would be B equals V plus 4. So we have B equals 8 plus 4. And so B, which stands for the number of beach balls, is going to give us 12. So we have 4 more beach balls than volleyballs because 12 is 4 more than 8. And that is correct. Okay, so we have the second problem, which deals with a very happy gorilla that loves bananas and berries, but does not quite like apples as much. And so his caretaker is trying to recall how many bananas she has for him to get by through the weekend. She remembers that altogether that there are 46 apples and bananas, and that there are more bananas than apples. There are actually 10 more bananas than apples total. So we're going to try to figure out how many bananas and how many apples there are. Okay, so we know that there are 10 more bananas than there are apples. And the total number of apples and bananas together is 46. And we know that there's not an equal number of apples and bananas, technically, but we are going to show them as kind of equal to each other just to get a good glimpse of what's going on. So the way we have to look at this, if there's 10 more bananas than apples, it means that how many do we have to add to apples to equal the same amount of bananas? And so we'd have to add 10 more to apples to equal the number of bananas. And so that's how we figure out which side the 10 is supposed to go on. So therefore we have 10 plus A, and it does in fact equal B at this point. So now we plug 10 plus A back into the original equation for B. And so we end up with A plus 10 plus A equals 46. And then we combine like terms so that it's 2A plus 10 equals 46. So then we subtract 10 from both sides, and we have 2a equals 36. And then we divide both sides of the equation by 2, and we have a equals 18. When we put this back into the original equation of a plus b equals 46, we end up with b equals 46 minus a when we rearrange it, and then 46 minus 18 because we're putting a as 18. So 46 minus 18 will give us b, and that will be 28. And so when we look back at the original question, we see that that is appropriate because there are 10 more bananas than there are apples. Okay, so we have two unknown numbers, and we know that they add up to 54. And we know that the difference is 22. So what in the world are these two numbers? How do we figure this out? Okay, so we have our two unknown numbers, which obviously we're going to use unknowns as variables. So we'll use x and y. And we know that the sum of the two numbers is 54. And we know that the difference between the two numbers is going to be 22. Okay, so we have x plus y equals 54. And x minus y equals 22. Now we're going to solve by elimination because it's already easily set up that way. You can see that the y's will cancel out automatically, and we're left with 2x equals 76. When we divide both sides by 2, we end up with 38. So we use our x value and plug it back into the original equation to find our y value. When we rearrange the equation, we get y equals 54 minus x, or 54 minus 38, since we're plugging 38 in for x. And we are left with 16, so that is our other unknown number. So our two unknown numbers are 38 and 16. And we can check that these work by saying 38 plus 16 does in fact equal 54, and 38 minus 16 equals 22. Thank you for watching GalaxyPhi Math. I hope this video helped you solve word problems and solve systems with two unknowns. Please make sure you like and subscribe and share to anyone who may need some extra algebra help. Thank you again, and please come back.